Hello and welcome to another awesome episode on the official AE Racing YouTube channel, and today we're back at Silverstone.
Oh yeah.
And this man's racing again.
Oh yeah.
Do you ever get off the track?
If I can help it, no.
So today we are, well, let you tell them, what are we doing today?
We are at Silverstone for the MSV Track Day Trophy. I think is the right one for it. They got a few classes, but I'm with Mr. Ed Turner, Mr. E46 Racer. He's kindly letting me use his BMW with him in a joint race, 40-minute race, or 45 minutes. Should be good, should be exciting.
Should be good. Yeah. And the weather is just about holding out, although I think I just felt a few raindrops.
Yeah,
I could see a few. So
over. It's going to make the race real dodgy because we might get a bit of rain, but the tyres difference between the slicks and the rain tyres are huge. But we don't know what to do really at the moment.
Things are going to get interesting, so let's go find out what happens. Okay, so we have found, well, we haven't found him, he came with us, Ed. Ed is the owner of this beautiful car that you can see behind us, and he's going to be driving, well, half the race today, I'm assuming. We might drive the other half. How you feeling today?
Well, crapping myself and kind of excited in equal measures. It's a first race. It's been kind of a long journey. I just didn't buy the car, I built it as well. So it's kind of 9 months of COVID lockdown, and then we've finally been released. Today is my first race, albeit May, because I couldn't get my ARDS test done. There was a backlog and they closed it, and it only opened last month. So I managed to get my ARDS test done.
Just in time then? Just in
time. So this is the first real opportunity we've had to do.
Brilliant. Did you get much sleep last night?
I actually did, because I had a massive hangover yesterday morning.
That's exactly what you need.
And I was knackered. I think my father-in-law had something to do with that, you know.
So Ed, tell us a little bit about the car then. What's the deal with it? How long you've had it? You know, what you've done to it, sort of thing.
I bought it last July as a part finished race car, and I documented the whole thing on E46Racer.com.
Okay, brilliant.
So all the way through, it came basically with a stripped out shell. It had already got the roll cage in. It had a lightened flywheel and clutch, but pretty much everything has been rebuilt. Entirely new suspension, nut and bolt rebuild from the ground up. It looks virtually identical to when I bought it.
All right, yeah.
But you know, it's a completely different car underneath, which is what matters really.
Yeah, well, she's definitely race ready now, though.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're hoping so.
And also, obviously, recently, one other thing is you've had a brand new diff put in there, just Wednesday gone.
Well, before I did my ARDS test, because I was thinking of sharing the drive with Mike, he came along on a test day at the other Silverstone circuit, the International, and it was obvious right away that the original manual diff in this is a 293 ratio.
Right.
And it's way too long. It turns the entire Silverstone into a two-gear circuit.
Okay.
Third and fourth, we didn't even get into fifth gear. Right. And then doing a bit of research, it's quite obvious that it was all wrong. So we've theoretically reduced the car from 175 mile an hour, geared for, down to about 135.
Okay, right, yeah.
And of course, the trade-off in that is an acceleration.
Yeah, well, it's massive. Yeah.
And it's like night and day. It actually felt like a race car for the first time, although we've only driven it on the road. It's a road legal car. It's MOT'd. So I drove it here today. well, as I say, had a bit of fun on the way, but you know what, within the speed limits,
Obviously.
just to give the diff a bit of a workout and see if it would hold up. So there's no funny noises. It's a bit disconcerting going into a race day with no real track testing on the car.
I was going to say, the practice quality is going to be almost a bit of a test as well, isn't it?
I think so. And did you guys get into the same situation with your own car?
Well, yeah, there was. You'll see that in the last video. There's a good few problems in that one. So yeah, I mean, are you feeling confident about today though? You gonna go out there and give it some stick, or are you gonna just see how it goes and got a game plan at all, or just?
It's not about confidence. I have confidence in the car.
Yeah.
I'm less confident in my own abilities, but that's what Mike's here to do. You know, he's there to put in a good pace, a blistering pace. So all I have to do is stroll around the circuit and pick up some.
I like that. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, there's
no pressure on you then, Mike.
No pressure to no. But today is a first outing. Keep it safe. Keep it on the black stuff. Thank God it's dry for the moment. That takes a bit of the uncertainty away from it all. Just keep it safe. But mostly it's having fun. I've nothing to prove.
No.
We're racing our own race. If it happens to be in the upper middle of the field, I'd be delighted with that. I don't have any great expectations.
And that's where you should look at it as well. Definitely look. I mean, that's what race is all about. Having a good time, being safe, and enjoying it at the end of the day. So we'll follow your day, obviously, Ed, and obviously see how Mike gets on as well. And fingers crossed, everything goes well. And good luck.
Thanks very much.
How'd you get on it?
Yeah, that was fun.
So the qualifying laps have all been completed. How'd you go on, Mike?
It wasn't too bad. I only did a shorter session. That's my excuse. No, we did all right, to be honest. Ed was only a few tenths off me, which is good, so we're both roughly the same sort of pace. And we qualified 9th in class and 15th overall. That's out of 35 or 39.
So you're good middle of the pack then?
Front end middle of the pack, I'd like to say. Just towards that end than that end. We've got more people behind us than we have in front.
That's always good. That's always good.
But Ed's now getting ready and jumping in the car, ready to go over to the assembly area. So
it's all a bit of a rush.
Yeah, it's not too much of a rush, but it's all a bit mad at the moment because we've had a ton of rain dumped on us, and then the track started to dry out. The sun's come out a little bit, but it's all still a bit sketchy on track. You'll have a drying line, and anything else is going to be a bit sketchy. So
there's been a good few spins.
Yeah, we've been watching plenty of spins over at Cops, and it's all going to be a case of feeling it all out, but whilst on cold tyres and whilst you're completely surrounded. So Ed's got his work cut out for him, but he'll be fine.
So it should be a pretty entertaining race.
Yeah, the on-board footage is going to be awesome.
Yeah, so we're going to have Ed's going out first, then Mike's taking the reins just after.
Yeah,
we'll see how they go on. Mike, ready for your lap?
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's just best not to look. Mate, honestly, sketchy is an understatement. Christ. I was like, every corner I was like that close to binning.
Really?
Yeah, every corner. And there was a fair few slides where I was trying to go on the power. I was accelerating out of left field and fourth, and I was spinning the rear wheels and like drifting it out. A couple of big ones that sort of snapped back, and every time I was on the brakes on the way in, they started to get some decent dry lines, but it was just so many points where it was just like understeering forwards. You go to turn, nothing would happen. All of a sudden you'll catch one little dry patch, it'd send it into a snap. Every time I was coming down the gears, it would snap, the back end would snap on the way in, and I was like, crap. And then on the way out of every gear, you're like,
Okay, that is it then. The day is done, the race is complete. How the hell did you get on, Mike? And how, more to the point, how the hell did you survive?
It was lively and scary, to say the least. These, I don't know, you might be able to zoom in on them, or we'll get Rob to show a picture of you later, but yeah, it turns out they're not very good in the wet. I was aquaplaning, the rain was so bad at some points, I was aquaplaning down the Wellington straight, just on the straight bit, and then every time I was trying to get on the throttle or brake, I was just all over the shop. It was just insane, but we've done alright, considering we went forwards instead of backwards, only by one place, but that's still good. Finished off at 8th in class, and what was it overall? 14th overall.
14th overall, 8th in class, yeah. So one place up on each.
And I didn't spin it or bin it, which we'll show you some onboard footage. I had some properly big slides at one point. Multiple points, yeah.
We could only watch from cops, and there was some big slides just on that one corner. So
someone was so proud of that I was giving it fist pumps out the window.
We got footage of it
whilst recovering. And I overtook someone into cops in the way as well. That was scary. I imagine he was probably more scared than me though.
So the race was interesting because Ed did his first half of the race, and it was actually fairly good conditions, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty dry.
He came out, the track had dried up after a big rainstorm. The pits, he pulled into the pits, Mike jumped in the car, and then the heavens opened.
Yeah, I came out of the pits and put my wipers on.
Literally like that.
Yeah,
it was
people
definitely
were just like flying off every corner.
Oh, spins everywhere. It was a race of two halves, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But
it was still good fun.
Yeah, and went up in position, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Another day of wet driving for you at Silverstone, Mike.
Yeah.
Let's hope next time it will be dry.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah.
So that's the end of it for us then. As we always say at the end of these sort of videos, time for the pub.
Yes.
And remember to hit the like button. Remember to hit the subscribe button.
And the next race is Rob's.
We'll see you next time.